I want to say hello to all my YouTube friends out there. And if this is the first time that you've watched this video, I want to say hello to you. And I appreciate it if you end up liking this video to go back and check out some of my other videos and like and subscribe. I appreciate it. And leave a comment. I like us talking back and forth. So today the topic's going to be bidding on jobs, and I like to kind of concentrate on the mowing side of the business. So when I go to bid on a job, I'm always thinking of things to think about when the customer may say things such as, "Oh, I think you're a little high," and other things um, like that. So one thing, if they end up telling me that I'm a little high, I'm always thinking in the back of my mind, okay, what are they comparing that to? Are they comparing that to the last lawn company that they had? Um, and then I kind of think, you know, if they're comparing it to that, who's to say that that company priced it right? Maybe that's the reason that that company is not there no more. They may bid it too cheap, and they may have mowed it a couple times and realized that and never came back. Not saying that that's the case, but these are the things that's in my mind that I'm thinking when they're saying this. And I'm always thinking too, like they may even say you're $5, $10 more. Another thing I think of is when did they give you this price? Was this based on like they may have mowed the yard for 3 years, and that was the price 3 years ago? Things has went up since then, or at least I'm sure they have. Uh, and the price may adjusted a little higher than what it was when they priced it. Another thing I think of is uh, did they have insurance? Um, where I have insurance, so yeah, I may be a little higher. Um, did they spend enough time on the yard to make it look good? Well, I want to bid it where I can afford to spend a little bit of time on the yard and make it look good. I don't want to bid it cheap and go through your yard and do a half of a job on the yard, and feeling like I got to hurry up and get out of here because if not, I'm not going to make no money. I want to bid it where I can go in there and make it look good. And at the beginning of the year, when you're getting a lot of rain, you may have to double cut the yard. It may take you longer to weed eat it because the grass is thicker. Um, so you gotta keep all of this in mind when you're going to bid on a job. So when they say stuff like that, that's kind of some of the things that I think of or try to think about when they're saying that. And I don't want to overcharge a customer, but at the same time, I don't want to go in there and bid it too cheap and go there and feel like I'm not making no money and I can't spend no time on their yard to make it look good. So I want to bid it right. And then there's times where they come back and say they think I may be $5 high, uh, and I'll look at the job and I may come down $5. Say, well, hey, if I'm $5 cheaper, will you give me the job? And then sometimes they say yeah, and I say okay, I'll do it for that. Uh, but I feel like when I go to bid on jobs, at first I may not have been as sure when I'm bidding on it, and I could be a little off still, even though I've been in it a little longer. But now I feel when I go to bid on a job, I feel like I'm pretty close to where the price should be. Uh, so there's times where I'll bid on a job and I'm not willing to do it any cheaper. I feel like it's about right. Uh, but like I said, if I get to thinking about it, you know, a lot of times I'll compare when I go to bid on a job. I'll compare one job to a job that I already have. So you know, I may look at it and say, okay, this other job that I have is about the same size as this job. The layout's about the same, and this is what I get for that job. Should So you know, I'll look at that and I'll say, okay, um, let's bid this about the same price as what I was bidding that, or what I make on that one. Or I may look and say, okay, it's the same size yard. It may just have a steeper hill to it in the back. It may take me a little bit longer. Uh, let's say the other one was $45, but it's a little easier. Let's say $50 on this one because it's going to take me a little bit longer because of the hill. Or I may go around back and they have a gate. Um, you know, you think, well, it's just a gate, but it takes a little bit of time. Get off, you know, you have to get off your mower, run up there, open the gate, go in there, mow the backyard, come through there, shut the gate. You know, it may take a little bit more time. You may want to charge $5 more for that. You know, you don't want to get too particular and just try to run the price up, but at the same time, these are some of the things that you may think of when you're going in and to price a job. Or if it you know, it may have a little bit more weed eating than the other job had. Or even if it's a little easier, you know, maybe you could be a little cheaper. So those kind of some of the things that I think about when I go to bid on jobs. um, and if a customer says you're a little high, you know, nothing against them, but you know, I always try to look at it and see um, all those things when I go to price. You know, just because they say they think it's a little high, don't necessarily mean that you're a little high. You know, that might be the price that they want to pay, uh, but that still don't mean that you're too high. I mean, maybe it's a little cheaper than what the job should be. So you know, uh, that might, like I said, be the price that they want, but it may be worth more than that. So, and then too, when I start getting a lot of jobs, um, I feel like I can be a little bit more particular on what jobs I pick up. You know, I may be maxed out and really don't need no more jobs, and then sometimes I'll just say, hey, I'm not taking on no more. Or you know, I might feel like I can take on a little bit more, but you know, I'm gonna take the jobs that's closer to the house. Uh, you know, the ones that's the right price. Um, so even if you don't get the job, uh, you know, if you have enough work and everything, I wouldn't worry too much about that. You know, uh, some jobs you might be better off not picking up. So, like I said, those are some of the things that I kind of think of when I go to bid on jobs. And if you have any comments on some of this, I'd appreciate if you'd leave it in the comments. Um, and talk to me about it, and I'll try to get back with you. And I appreciate if you go back and check out some of my other videos. I'll see you next time.